Okay, I want to show you how to do animation, and I've got a couple different examples here that I'd like to show you. This is the last one I created. I'm going to go ahead and play the animation so you can see it, and then I'll show you how to do it. That's kind of a fun thing that when the arms fly in, I've got the pulsing kiss and the legs spinning. So that's a couple interesting things you can do. I'll show you one of my first ones here. Let's see if I can get to it. Let's see if I can play this one. This is a character that I made on the back of in front of a Grant Wood farm painting. So this is my farmer guy. I wish it would rain so my crops could get some water. Okay, I'm going to show you how I did it on this one. So when you first, one way to see the animation is you have to go into view and press motion, and then the instructions come up on the side. But since I've already done it, I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these, and then I will step in and show you how I did it. So right now I'm deleting all of my animation, and this is how you delete animation if you do something you don't like. So I always have, in this situation, I have my slides already created, and I'm going to go ahead and each shape is going to animate into the picture. So see right here on this left side next to the 3, there's no little circle, so there's no animation. These other ones do have animation. So in order to animate, you have to first go to insert. You have to be in a shape. So you have my blue background. My blue is a background, so it's not a shape, but my green is a shape. So I'm going to start with the thing farthest away or behind, and that's going to be the green shape. In order for the animation tab to show up, you have to, I'll pretend like you've just finished doing your artwork now, and I'm going to touch this. I touch this shape. I could touch this shape. Any shape that has the blue squares around it, I can animate. I can't animate the blue background. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and do insert, and this is where shape is, etc. But it's down here at the bottom, and it's animation. It's those 3 circles. So right away then, on the right side, this motion instructions come up. So the first thing is a transition from the previous slide, and we're not going to do that. We're going to do that in the future, but right now we just are pretending we have one slide. And so the first thing that comes up automatically is fade in on click. So if we were to play that, I have to click it, and then it fades in. Well, that's fine. I am going to have it fade in, but I'm going to have it do after previous. So that means as soon as the slide comes up, it's going to fade, the ground is going to fade in. And I'm going to go ahead and start the character build here. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the head, and I'm going to add animation. And you can see if we touch this arrow here and we touch this arrow on the side, we can see all the things he can do. He can just appear or disappear, fade in, fade out, fly in from the left, fly in from the right. I'm going to have this one fly in from the left. And if I do it on click, that means it will only do it when I click my mouse, but I'm going to have it do after previous. So this build is going to happen as one thing will happen right after another. All right, so now I'm just going to go through, and I'm going to add I touched my shoulder body. I'm going to add animation, and you can see here automatically it's fade in on click. I'm going to have it zoom out, which means it's going to be small to big, and that's going to happen after previous. And then I'm going to add another animation with that. I'm going to have it spin, and at the bottom here is spin, and that's going to happen after previous. So let's see where I'm at so far. Okay, so the zoom out after previous, I think I'll have it, maybe I'll do zoom in after previous. Okay, let's try it again. That's good. It's growing small to big, so that's zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to have the body, I'm going to add, this is now my body. What happened to it? I guess I accidentally did 2 of those. I'm going to delete it. I want this little body. Okay, add animation. So now I have the body, and that's going to fade in just after previous. Or I'll do it with previous. It'll appear as the other one's spinning. Okay, so then I'm going to have the legs, add animation. I'm going to have this one fly in from the left, and that's going to be after previous, and I'm going to have this one fly in from the right. And see, I'm going down and I don't see the other leg, so I have to add the animation, and now I see the other leg. I'm going to have it fly in from the right with the previous, so that means they're both going to happen at the same time. And then I have my backdrop here, my shadow on the backdrop, and I think I want that to happen right when the other one does. So you see I have the background, the shadow for the head. I want the head is right up there, so I'm going to go ahead and move that up to be right after the head. And I think I have it too high. Yes, I actually have it above the head, so I want it to go right underneath the head. So there's my head, and it's going to fade in with the previous. And now I have the body shadow. I want to add animation with that. So there's the body shadow. I'm going to go ahead and move that up to be right after the zoom in of the body. And I'm going to have that happen with the previous. Now I want it with previous. And the leg, I'm going to add animation with that. I'm going to have that fade in when the previous leg comes in from the left. Fly in from, well, I'll just put it right after the other leg because they're going to spin. Let's see, fade in. Okay, I didn't have them spin. I'm going to say with previous on this one. Fade in with previous. Okay, and then I've got the cloud. I'm going to have that zoom in because it's going to grow from small to large. Let's see. Click. I'm going to have it zoom in after previous, and then I'm going to have the type fade in with the previous. Okay, so let's just see what happens here. Oh, I forgot about the eyes. Oh no. Cool. All right, so I didn't do the eyes, mouth, or hat. I'm going to have the hat. No, I want the hat. Okay, that I've got to trash because I accidentally made a copy of it. So I want the hat. I'm going to add animation. And that's going to fly in from the top. And when is that going to happen? I think that will happen before the, where is it? Fly in, it's going to happen before the cloud comes in, and that's going to be after previous. Let's see what happens now. Okay, so the shadow looks kind of funny. The shadow for the legs look kind of funny being there before it shows up, so I'll have them come in right before the hat. And the shadow for the shoulders will come in at the same time, and the shadow for the head will come in at the same time. They'll all come in at the end. Let's try that. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do just to wrap this up is I'm going to have the eyes zoom in after the head. Okay, that's actually going to fade in after previous. But I want the background to the eye to zoom out and that's going to be after the previous, and I'm going to do the other eye is going to zoom out after with previous. That's going to come with the same eye, and then the eyeball is going to fade in with previous. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move the eyeballs up after the head. So they're going to come in right after the head, and then the actual pupil is going to come in right after the eyeballs are there. And I could make them blink, but I'm not going to spend the time doing that right now. I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this done so that you can learn how to do this. So I've got 2 eyeballs after previous and after previous, and then this one's going to go with previous. Okay, let's see what happens now. Oh, that's kind of cool. That was a mistake, but very cool. I wanted it to zoom out. I want them to zoom in instead of zoom out. It's kind of a cool thing. I could make them blink like that. Where's the other one? Zoom in. There you go. I'm going to move my legs down because I don't like that shadow coming in after. Okay, let's play it again. And the last thing I have to do is the mouth animation. There you go. All right, and so the last thing I'm going to animate is the mouth. And I'm going to, I guess I'll just make it zoom in after previous, and then I'm going to have it do another thing. I'm going to have it spin after previous. Okay, so you see every one I'm either having it with previous or after previous. I'm not doing anything on click. Okay, here's the head, the eyeballs grow out, nice. Body spin, the shadows come up, nice, the head, and there you go, very good. And now I'm going to stop my video.